Singapore Business Federation was officially launched in 2002 as a successor to the Singapore Federation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, SFCCI. This was in response to then Prime Minister Chok Tong's call for the setting up of an apex business organisation. Supporting the restructure of SFCCI with constituent members was Kwek Leng.
It had only 5 constituent members, and that did not sufficiently cover the businesses and industries. It is very necessary to enlarge the scope and increase the level of activities if it were to serve its members well.
And also there was globalization, and we needed to have Singapore represented in say negotiations internationally, so like WTO for example. So we thought the best way was to have an apex body.
When I was a trade minister, negotiating free trade agreements, not having a strong collective business voice was a problem. Quite often, my staff had to ask industry associations what their interests were, pose possibilities to them, and they were reacting to us rather than lobbying their own cause. Unless we got them together more organized in our trade negotiations, in many of our policy formulations, we will not have the complete picture. And so when Mr. Chok Tong proposed this, I said, we must make it happen.
In 2001, then Trade and Industry Minister George Yeo introduced a bill in Parliament to establish the SBF Act, which became law on the 5th of October. Laying the foundation of SBF in its formative years was Stephen Lee, then chairman of the Pro Tem Committee and subsequently its first chairman.
There were numerous challenges, but what the Pro Tem was really concerned about was since SBF is formed by way of a piece of legislation, and once we sort out the criteria that SBF will be overnight an organization of 20,000 members. So how do we organize it? Secondly, what sort of services and programs should we get ready and provide readily to members in order for SBF to be relevant? And thirdly, as an apex body, how can SBF establish itself internationally in the shortest time possible?
SBF has impacted Singapore's business landscape by being a strong collective voice of the business community. SBF has a presence both at the ASEAN and APEC business advisory platforms to represent the interests of Singapore businesses. On the local front, SBF organizes policy briefings, surveys and forums to share insights with members and promote a pro-business environment. Lately, SBF has also gained traction as an advocacy on business issues with the formation of the SBF-led SME Committee. SBF has been helping the business community to build capability and resilience through enhancing innovation and productivity at the workplace, mentorship program, and business continuity management certification, amongst other initiatives. The Single International Relations Committee, set up in 2002, has spawned 5 dedicated geographic business groups and a sustainable development business group. SBF also helped to anchor Singapore as a global Asia hub for overseas enterprises. Today, SBF is connected to business chambers in some 60 countries, with over 90 MOUs inked, and is the first point of contact for visiting delegations. SBF has hosted numerous government and business leaders over the years, helping members to network and tap into millions worth of business deals. In the next phase of its development, SBF aims to be a more issue-centric organization in the service of its members and the business community. As a value creator, it will build on its strengths to facilitate capacity building and business growth through emerging markets, and leverage on global linkages to secure benefits for the Singapore business community.
Happy 10th anniversary SBF. You have come a long way. I wish you continued success as you grow from strength to strength.
I'd like to wish SBF a very happy 10th anniversary and looking forward that SBF will engage more and more of its members actively in its work.
SBF leadership will be very important. And SBF itself must be able to advocate its case to government. Sometimes to oppose government, sometimes to help government. But always done in a healthy, constructive, positive way. I hope you will continue to grow in maturity, strength, and wisdom, always in the collective interest of Singapore.
The SBF has done very well in the last 10 years, but it's only the start of a long journey. So I hope SBF can do more as an international interlocutor for businesses in Singapore and help its members more.